G'day folks, it's Tony here from Bitshares, and in today's video I wanted to talk about, should I buy a Bitcoin? Well, I am on Facebook and every day I'm seeing something about Bitcoin and how the Bitcoin price is going up, and I mean right now at the time of doing this video it's $7,387. It wasn't so long ago, in fact earlier this year it was around like $600 or something, and it is just going through the roof. Of course, a lot of institutional money is coming into Bitcoin, and I suspect that there will be some kind of correction at some point. It can't just keep going up and up and up and up, but obviously there's a lot of new money coming in, and there's a couple of reasons for that. There's like a lot of Facebook groups and people talking about Bitcoin, and obviously it's getting a bit of attention. There's a lot of news and things like that, and of course there's some multi-level marketing companies, and there's guys always posting pictures of, oh, look how much money I made, look how much money I made. Well, now full disclosure, I did actually invest into a company which is a German company. It is a network marketing business. I haven't really done much in regards to network marketing, but I did buy I bought a mining rig from this company, and it's designed to mine altcoins, which is basically an altcoin is something that isn't Bitcoin, hence alt meaning alternative. So I get a little bit of, and I get paid Bitcoin daily, and it's not huge, but it's kind of like it's every day. Now, other than that, I haven't got any Bitcoin. I live in Russia, I'm an Aussie living in Russia, and when I found out about Bitcoin, at that particular time, Bitcoin was actually banned in Russia, and there was actually a possibility that you could be put in prison. Of course, that's all changed now, but really I didn't get into Bitcoin because I didn't understand it, and a confused mind never buys. And of course, myself and probably many other people, we're so used to banks and cash and cards, Visa and MasterCard, and of course now there's PayPal. So we kind of become entrenched in the way things are. But of course cryptocurrency, it's revolutionizing the world. It's making the unbanked banked. It's creating a lot of opportunities. And anyway, I don't want to go on and on, but basically the point of this video is, should I buy a Bitcoin? Well, I'm going to give you an analogy. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is $7,387 at the time of doing this video. So you could actually buy a Bitcoin, one Bitcoin, for $7,387. Okay, now what if there's a correction? What if the price of Bitcoin drops back to 5,000? You've just lost $2,387. Okay, on the other hand, what happens if Bitcoin, say over the next 2 to 3 years, goes to 50,000 or even 100,000? So if you had one Bitcoin and it goes to 50,000, well, you've invested today $7,387, and now in 3 years' time it's worth 50,000, or maybe it's worth 100,000. Okay, I mean that's not a bad return on your investment. But you still only have one Bitcoin, and just a point on this is you don't want to leave that Bitcoin on an exchange. Because when you leave it on an exchange, a centralized exchange, an exchange that could be closed down by the government, or an exchange that could go broke like Mt. Gox, the exchange is giving you an IOU. It's not actually, when you have Bitcoin on an exchange, on a centralized exchange, you don't actually own it. It's not real Bitcoin. Okay, the only time that you own it is when you actually take it and you transfer it to what's called a wallet, and this is a wallet where you actually own it, control it, and you control the keys basically to that wallet. That's the only time you actually own that Bitcoin. If you've got it on an exchange, you don't own it. And of course, you always run the risk of losing that or the exchange being closed down through no fault of your own. And of course, when you're paying $7,387 for one Bitcoin, you don't want to run the risk of leaving it on an exchange where they could go broke or close down, okay? So you definitely want to have it on a wallet that you control, that you own. Now, I want to give you a different idea. I have done a lot of research because I started to understand that it doesn't matter what product or service you have, at the end of the day, if you can't exchange energy, if you can't exchange money or something, whatever you want to call it, for your product or your service, that's going to be a problem. So, today I can send an email to you and pretty much straight away you're going to get it. I can send you an SMS. I could be on Facebook and send you a private message. Boom, you got it. But if we're doing business together and I want to send you 50,000 or 100,000 or 500,000 or something like this, and you're on the other side of the world, well, it's going to take, 3 to 5, maybe 7 business days. If I send you a check, like in Russia, we don't have checks, but like in Australia, we have checks. So if I sent you like a bank check, or something like that, it's going to take 6 weeks to clear, okay? However, in cryptocurrency, I can send you, basically some cryptocurrency and you're going to get that pretty much straight away. Now, if you're using Bitcoin to send it to somebody and you're sending large quantities, again, it's going to take a while. It could take 24, 48 hours, and it's expensive to send it because Bitcoin, the only way it exists is because miners are out there with very, very expensive computers that cost a lot of money to run. And so they are charging high fees to verify that you sent this Bitcoin. Okay, so that's something you just need to be aware of. Now, I myself, having done a lot of research, I have been looking into another coin, and it's not just a coin actually, it's a whole exchange. It's actually a decentralized wallet that has, well, it's like a wallet, but it has a decentralized exchange. So this is an exchange that can't be closed down, and it's actually built into the wallet. Okay, and it's completely decentralized, which means that there is no boss, there is no someone manipulating, someone stealing your money. It's completely safe, it's completely secure, and it's cheap. Okay, it's called Bitshares, and basically Bitshares is super fast. Bitcoin is kind of like the Model T Ford, which was the first car or something like that. But in today's times, a Model T Ford isn't very practical. Bitshares is kind of like a Starship Enterprise. Okay, that's how fast it is. So, Bitcoin was definitely the first one out there. It's the granddaddy, but it's super slow and it's not very practical. Bitshares is super fast. It's like 1.5 to 3 seconds a transaction, and it's roughly about 1 cent. So no matter whether you're sending $100 or $1 million, it's going to cost 1 cent, and you can send it to somebody within seconds. Okay, it's super fast. Now, a lot of companies, of course, are now checking out Bitshares because it's obviously a lot cheaper, it's faster, it's more secure, it's more centralized, it can't be closed down, it can't be shut down by governments or anything like that. Okay, now, getting back to my point, should I buy a Bitcoin? Well, you could buy one for $7,387. Okay, now let's have a look at this screen. So there's Bitcoin here. And if we scroll down here, we can see, where is it? Bitshares. Here we go, Bitshares. Right now the price is 0.057 cents. Okay, so let's just do some maths here. Calculator. Okay, so one Bitcoin is worth 7,387. Okay, so that's for one Bitcoin. I'll just move my calculator up here. And Bitshares is 0.057. So if I divide that by 0.057, I'm going to end up with approximately 129,000 Bitshares. Okay, so I can buy one Bitcoin for $7,387. If, as you can see, it's been going up and up and up and up and up. Now, if it does some correction and it drops back to say 5,000 or 3,000, I'm going to lose a whole chunk of money. Okay? Excuse me. If I took the same amount of money, the $7,387, and I bought Bitshares with that, I'd get 129,000. Okay? Now, what if Bitshares actually went to $10 in the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, the same time? So Bitcoin, maybe it goes to 50,000, maybe it goes to 100,000. But what if Bitshares actually went to just $10? Okay, so let's times that by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's $1.2 million. So what's better? To buy one Bitcoin for $7,387, which may or may not be worth 50,000 or 100,000 in 3 years' time, or take the same amount of money that you otherwise would have put into Bitcoin and buy Bitshares, and have it's highly probable that it's going to go to $10 in the next 3 years and have $1.2 million. Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm buying Bitshares, right? And to prove it to you, you can see here, here's my balance. And I've not just bought some Bitshares, I've actually bought some other stuff. But basically, I'm investing in Bitshares because I believe this is where it's at. This is faster than Bitcoin. It's better than Bitcoin. It's been around for 3 years. It's very secure. It's very safe. It's never been hacked. And in fact, if we go to this website here, here we go. Blocktivity. This was a website that was created which it does an analysis, actually, it's like a daily analysis on the number of transactions, okay? And of course, at the end of the day, these things should be being used by people. There's a term in the cryptocurrency industry which is called vaporware. And there's a lot of scam coins. There's a lot of stuff that's being promoted. Hey, invest in this, invest in that. And there's actually no product. There's no real technology. It's just kind of like an idea and a flashy website. So that's something you've got to be careful of. You want to make sure that you do your homework before you invest in anything. Now, look here. Here's Bitshares. Just today, I think it is, last 24 hours, there's been 336,000 transactions. Okay, that's pretty impressive. All right, now, of course, there's quite a lot with Bitcoin as well, but Bitshares has been around. Well, Bitshares doesn't have the same market cap as Bitcoin, but yet it's being utilized more than Bitcoin. Okay, so that should tell you something, you see, because at the end of the day, a coin is really only as valuable as its use. If people can't use it, it's not really valuable. Now, Bitshares is decentralized. There are some problems with decentralization because there is no boss, because there is no owner. There's no marketing department, there's no staff, basically. So Bitshares has been lacking kind of in the promotion and the marketing and the advertising. You see, like if you're a centralized company, you have a budget, you have investors, and of course you do what the investors tell you to do. Well, Bitshares is a little bit different. It's decentralized, so there's no owner, there's no CEO, there's no staff. And so the community is fully responsible. So if Bitshares wins at the end of the day, it's because the community made it win. If Bitshares fails, it's because the community made it fail. Winners make it happen, losers let it happen. So anyway, I really like Bitshares because let me show you something else. There's really good communities, right? So we've got the Bitshares Traders Group, 881 members. This has jumped up just in the last couple of days. We've got the Bitshares Dex Group, which has got nearly 5,000 members. We've got the Bitshares Marketing Group, which is just kind of an initiative that's just been started. We've got the Bitshares Twitter team. So we've got the Hero, which is basically a smart coin contract that's being built on the Bitshares network. We've got, well, anyway, there's a lot of groups here. And it's a really, really good community. So there's a lot of people actually now starting to get behind Bitshares. And I mean, this is another company, Open Ledger. It's an exchange that's actually, popped up and it's been around for quite some time. And it's what I use, and it's built itself on Bitshares. We've got the Rudex, which is on Bitshares. We've got another one in France, another one in Germany. There's another one popping up, I think, in Vietnam or Thailand or something. So, stuff is really starting to happen. But anyway, getting back, I kind of keep going on and on and on, but I just wanted to sort of go over this point. Should I buy a Bitcoin? Well, I decided not to. Okay, you need to decide what's best for you. I'm not giving you any financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I think, or what I decided to do. And what I'm doing is I'm buying Bitshares because I really believe that in 3 years' time it's going to be worth a lot more than $10. I mean, some of these other coins, have done huge. I mean, Ethereum was only worth $10 earlier this year. Now it's worth $300. Okay, so you've got Bitshares, which is actually it's been suppressed. Actually, there's been certain people that have tried to sabotage Bitshares, which is why the price is so low. Good for you, because if you buy it now, you get it very, very cheap. And of course, Bitshares can't be suppressed forever because people are finding out about it. And I really believe it's going to be worth more than $10. But if you do buy $7,000 worth of Bitshares right now, when it's around 5 cents, you could end up being a millionaire or a multi-millionaire in the next 2 to 3 years. Now, I'm not giving you financial advice. It's just my idea, my opinion. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. You can, I'll put some links in the video description if you want to come over and join, the Telegram chat. If you want to get a wallet, I'll put a link to that. And I'll put a link to the coin market cap so you can check that out as well. Anyway, if you did like the video, give it a like, give it a share, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.